But we've been talking about those embers, those spotting fires, and all of that. Now, of course, we've seen it happening in a lot of that open land out there, a lot of dry brush, but there is a lot of vegetation down there. There's homes, there's eaves, there's a lot of things that could catch fire. And as long as those embers are moving across this whole area that is very, very populated, there's always that possibility that something might go sideways, and there could have a fire start down there. And again, in an area, even though it's a neighborhood, they're still dealing with those same type of situations. High winds, and now you have fuel being a home or something, or vegetation near homes out here. That could change this whole situation. Right now, we've only had a couple of homes that have burned. Look at where this is right now. And again, I don't want to create any kind of panic, but you can see some open flames down in this area as it's making its way down. Oh, right there. Right there. There's that definitely looks like, I would venture to say, if it's not on the home, it is actually right next to that house, right there. And this is the problems that the firefighters have to deal with. And again, just because it's a neighborhood and it's not vegetation doesn't mean that they don't have the same situations down there. It is going to be those high winds, and of course now the fuel is not going to be vegetation, it's actually going to be homes and etc. So this is definitely a problem. And you can see it's going to be on Santa Cruz Way. They've got vegetation along the roadway out there starting to catch fire. Structure protection, they're out here. There's one of the fire trucks right there, but you can see the wind, you can see that those trees just whipping around down there. This is going to turn into something else, and hopefully there'll be no injuries to anybody, but underneath that smoke, it's becoming a very dangerous situation. Sorry, Christian. Everything's changed. We can't go to Camarillo anymore, so we're going to have to start going back to Van Nuys. We're probably only about 15, maybe 10 on station. Yeah. Yeah. Can we turn around and go back? It's in the crosshairs. As soon as there it is. That's it. And you can kind of make it out. Okay. It is. These are the people evacuating out of the hillsides out here in Camarillo. What we're showing you right there is Las Posas near the cross of Mission. Now, the Sheriff's Department actually making that call, saying that it is a huge traffic jam out here. And now we took a look, and we can concur. There is a huge traffic jam out here in the Camarillo area. These are all the evacuees trying to make their way out of those hillside areas and just try to get as far away from this area as possible. First responders, they're trying to make their way into this area, and these are the problems that firefighters talk about all the time. This is one of the reasons why they say they would like you to evacuate as soon as there's a possibility of evacuation, because they don't want to have to deal with this while they're trying to get up to these homes. These people are trying to get out of this area. Take a look at that. You can see the fire trucks making their way up, other vehicles making their way down. Nobody's being allowed to make the turn into those neighborhoods. They have Sheriff's Department here on scene, but this is a huge area out here, a major road that's going to be near Mission and Las Posas. That's in the Camarillo area. Again, they're saying try to avoid it, but a lot of these folks, they're trying to basically just make their way out of this area to get clear from those flames, and that traffic jam really starting to build out here. I just hope tempers stay level and there are no issues like that, but you can see pretty much in every intersection they have some kind of gridlock, and if they don't have gridlock, they definitely have some sort of law enforcement, first responder there, not allowing people into this area. Give you an idea how close this is to the flames. I got to double it out. It is still far, but this is not that far. And of course, these are all the folks that are living in this area right here, making their way out of that area. That's the major throughway out here is going to be Mission Drive all the way out to Las Posas. And right now, huge traffic jams out here. And again, if you're in this area, try to avoid that road. If you don't have to be on there, if you don't have to get out to that area, stay away, stay safe in your homes. But if you're up over here in this area, I would venture to say evacuations might be in your future, and definitely start thinking about what you can grab and what you need to get out of that home. True. Pat? That old adage, wherever there's smoke, there is fire. There is a lot of active flame down there. As you can kind of push through the smoke every now and then, you'll see a little bit of an opening, and you see that fire burning. We did see those flames get very, very close to a large house out here, and it was burning on roadways as well. This is a very dangerous situation. These homes are up in the hillsides out here. Take a look right there. We got a quick look, and you can see how close these are to some of these homes. It is still on the hillside. That's not the flatland there, but it's definitely starting to get very close to, if not getting into some of the homes that are up here on that hillside in the Camarillo area. As far as some of these homes on the flatlands, this is also, we can't say, oh, they're okay, it's not a problem, because it could be. You get those embers jumping around, you've got a hot spot here or there, something landing in a tree or in near a home, and then easily gets into the eaves. You might have a house start on fire. And we were showing earlier on how easy it happens in the wildfires, how you go from this spot to this spot, this spot, even the spot where we're looking on by the 118 right here. Look, there is no fire anywhere nearby this area where that hot spot jumped to, and then now is creating this huge plume of smoke and maybe burning one or two homes up in that hillside in the Camarillo area. The winds definitely have shifted in this area. You can see how the smoke is moving more to the south now. It was a very hard east-west movement earlier on. Now it's starting to move a little bit southerly, and that southerly movement is putting it right over the city of Camarillo. And you can see how thick it gets as it's making its way out towards the ocean out there. And that gives you an idea of all the vegetation, all the fuel that is burning out here. Now, hopefully they're going to get this in check. We do know that the fire department the Camarillo Fire Department has structure protection in place. We do see every now and then when we're looking around, especially on these hillside homes, we'll see a fire truck, very easy to find. They're pretty much in every intersection, and they are there keeping an eye on, listening to calls, and if there is something that does catch fire, they'll make that effort. They'll make a move, they'll get out there, and they'll see if they can save that structure. But if it becomes too much of a firefight, they'll walk away, because it's what we're always saying. Structures, they can be replaced. Lives, they cannot. That's what they're going to do. They're going to door knock. They're going to open up the doors. If there's pets, they might even just let them out and or take them with them. We've heard that in the past. There you go. That's one of the air attack aircraft that's now returning. That's a fixed wing. And that might be because now we're starting to see a lot of structures being threatened, and of course a lot of population down there. So there might be upping the ante, saying, what, we really need to get these fixed wings out here. And there you can see homes under all that smoke down there. Fast moving smoke, and every now and then a little pop up of fire. Don't know it's a house, but there's definitely flames very, very close to a lot of homes in the Camarillo area. I know. Yeah. No, not really. I'm wondering what this is. Chris, when you think we got to start heading back, just let us know, okay? I keep seeing a little fire right there. All right, I see some flames over here too. The wind, like, Chris, the pilot, will let us know as soon as we need to bail. Unless you, oh yeah, I definitely will. Okay. Okay. I think that's a structure right there. The helicopter's really, really close to it. Yeah, that's a structure. I can make out. All right. There's a helicopter right there, too. Uh-oh. We lost the IFB, lost the IFB, lost the IFB. Lost the IFB. I know our FM radio doesn't work. Back, thank you. You think that's a PD ship down there? Oh no, it's a firefighting. Was that a Jet Ranger? No, it was definitely a Bell product. That's what I'm saying. That low with water? Yeah, we're here. Oh, because of the IP. Yes. Yeah, we're back. Thank you. All right, there's whatever's burning again. It's up on a hillside. I sound sick all the time, too. Yeah, and then they're every now and then, and I do know that there's at least one structure burning down there. If we can show it to you, we'll be able to in just a few moments as the wind is still continuing to move that smoke around down there. We actually saw a small firefighting aircraft down there. Pretty shocking to see, and it was making its way, and it went under that smoke, and it dropped some water. So they are definitely trying to do structure protection in that area and keep those homes as safe as they can. Those flames, though, they are starting to make their way down onto the Camarillo side of that hillside out there. Most of this area is near Ridgeline Drive and Highland Drive. Those are the big ones in this area. San Clemente Way, I think that is a spot too where there may be something, a structure burning. Maybe, I can't say for sure. Every now and then you can kind of see that the smoke moves out of the way. That's just vegetation right there. But in between a lot of that vegetation, you'll see a home. This one right here, every now and then it does pop up. It does seem to have some sort of hoarder situation in the back part, and you can kind of make out a little bit of an RV and then a lot of stuff in the backyard. I'm just going to call it stuff. I don't know what it is, but definitely starting to catch fire, and it is that at that stuff, it lays up against that home. We're going to keep an eye on that one as well. That is going to be off of Highland Drive near the corner of Ridgeline Drive. That might be where that helicopter was just dropping water just minutes ago. But you can see every now and then the home there, another home next to it. So this is a very populated area. That wind shifted, something jumped that line, got on the other side of the 118, and now we have this area that is highly populated. And of course, these flames making their way through there. That same situation we talked about earlier on. Those high winds making it almost impossible for the firemen to slow these flames down. I'm just saying, by the look of that right there, it's kind of very difficult to see. That seemed to be a very square type of fire, so I would say that that's probably a home in this area as well. If the winds give us that opportunity, we'll take a look. Know if that's a home or an outbuilding, but definitely has some sort of, it was some sort of man-made structure right there, and it seems to be burned all the way down to the foundations. So this is the stuff that the fire department is dealing with, and again, that same deal. You've got this fire thing, that's definitely a home right there on fire. That is definitely a home right there on fire, and I would venture to say, I got to do something real quick here. That is definitely going to be on San Clemente Way. San Clemente Way, and you've got two homes, maybe side by side, and it's definitely starting to burn out here. I know the pictures might be, they are degraded because of that smoke, but if you really look, you can definitely make out that at least one home is burning down there. Again, the smoke's starting to move, and they're dealing with the same situation. That smoke probably moved 40 miles an hour, and those flames, they're just hopscotching with it. It's going to be a very, very desperate situation for those a lot of the folks that live in the area. And of course, any of these firefighters, they've got a firefight on their hands that is monumental. Seeing another big portion of fire out here. Don't think it's at home, but it's definitely on a hillside, and again, very close to homes. That fire keeps spotting its way to from the east to the west through the Camarillo area. At least, and I only say this in the lightest way, at least it is only in the foothills. It's not making its way down to those densely populated neighborhoods that are on those flatlands. But right now, though, they definitely have firefights on their hands. Structures definitely are burning underneath that smoke, and it's all happening out here in the Camarillo area. And this is, I don't know if they're going to change the name, but this is what started as the mountain fire. Yeah. We're going to take a look right now. My pilot, Chris, is telling us we really need to start thinking about leaving. That's going to be Los Pozos there. Now, this is kind of odd to me because the traffic seems to be in the other direction. This is going to be the westbound traffic on Los Pozos. Earlier on was the area right there. This is coming down out of the neighborhoods. I can give you guys the map for this one, that one right there. So that's Los Pozos and Glenbrook. But the area that we were talking about earlier on, I believe, is Mission, and that was right here. This was a gridlocked area, and it still has Sheriff's Department down there on scene. Those gray vehicles, you might think, oh, that's not the Sheriff's. Those are the Sheriff Department. Those are probably off duty or undercover. They are getting thin what their officers can do because they're out there helping with the evacuations and also dealing with other issues out here, traffic being definitely one of them. But that traffic still, these are the folks making their way out of this portion of the neighborhood, and you can see it right there, those flames coming that hillside out there. That is south of the off of the 118, definitely in the Camarillo area. That's really the Camarillo area. That's where all the homes are, and those flames continue to move at the same speed that we saw earlier in the vegetation. So as they keep hopscotching around, now they're getting close to homes. It's a very sad situation indeed. Yes. Sorry, kids. Yeah, I mean, we have to. Pretty much just fuel and come back. Oops, sorry. I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, no. I don't know about that. They might be keeping us. They might be keeping us longer than our shift. Yes, that I would definitely say yes. But maybe when CBS relieves us, and then I don't know. That's up to the powers to be. But I mean, they know they can't work you 40 hours. I mean 20 hours or something like that. You're a pilot, for God's sakes. But will they call somebody else in? I don't know. Oh, it's way more than that. Yeah, sure. Yeah. picture's going to get worse and worse. I'm already at the end of everything I can do. Freaking Camarillo. Copy, thank you. Yeah, I think the turnaround time is more than 30 minutes. And just so anybody out there might be wondering or asking, Oxnard is closed due to smoke conditions, and Camarillo is closed due to winds and smoke. Don't jinx us. Well, these will get back quickly. Yeah. Right? It's got to be more than that.